Alright, what is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with Heliod. I was playing some casual games with Heliod, and, I was having some fun, winning some games, losing some games, because, Heliod is not the most powerful commander. He doesn't do a lot of broken things, so if people make, like, a lot of, reanimation with, broken spells, or they just have mono blue, Thought Odell, and you just can't deal with Thought Odell. You're gonna lose pretty quickly, and I've dealt with that pretty much all day that I tried to play this deck. But I just wanted to play Heliod, so here we are. We're playing against Vorel the Hull Clade, which is a seemingly, non-suspicious commander. But someone actually posted in my game last video that I said I just quit early. I was a little offended by that because if you've never played Magic Online, I'll play 10 games where I'm ahead, and 9 out of 10 times, those people will quit early. They'll quit very early to anything. Turn one slowing, they just quit. Just it's the silliest thing. Like anything they just do, they leave, and that's fine. That's a prerogative. I've dealt with that. I've just let that go. I've learned over the years to let that go. But if someone cyclonic risks me on turn 5 and my whole board is just bounced in my hand, GG. There's nothing I can do about that. I say GG or I just move on because that's nothing I can do about that. Okay? Here's an example of why you sometimes you just need to quit, because look at this guy. He's at Maelstrom Wanderer, I'm on Heliod. I've been mana screwed the entire game and I've just been sticking it out. And he has an attack phase. What does he do? He attacks with only Maelstrom Wanderer. All these creatures have haste. I'm at 2 life. And I asked him, why is he not attacking? And he did not respond. And I was like, he actually had Temporal Mass. It was a silly time. And then, you know what? Sometimes you can't just control your opponents. You don't realize this. If I upload a quick game, you can't control your opponents. And, this is what you get. You get a guy with 60 damage on the board, and he just attacks you with Maelstrom Wanderer. You can't always control it. I try to do my best, but there it is. So we're playing Vorel. We're playing Heliod. We actually have a good hand because we've got land tax, so we're gonna land tax it up. Blighted Agent, which is kind of interesting. So I'm assuming he's gonna put counters in his Blighted Agent. So we're going to put out our Solemn because it kind of maximizes our mana. Discard a land. So land tax, generally I like on this, especially in the mono white deck, take all the lands out of my deck as soon as possible. On the draw, it's very rare that your opponents are just going to not play anything. You kind of need to feel it out, see what your opponents do. If they're mana screwed or they're mulliganing, they mulligan to like 5 or 6, you kind of be a little bit more cautious because they're probably not going to just slam lands every turn. So we're going to get poisoned by Blooded Agent. He casts Vorel, so we're just drawing land. We're getting a little bit flooded here because, we just put 4 lands out of our deck and we're drawing more land. So now he's got Tangle Wire. And you'll see why this card is not only the bad art Tangle Wire. If you're going to play Tangle Wire, play the original art, but it just seems so cartoony, this art. Anyway, it's fine. It's Tangle Wire. It's doing its job, which is what Tangle Wire does. With Vorel, for each counter on an artifact, you can put another of those counters on that permanent. So, let's see what happens here. Getting affected. Not blocking, because we can't actually block. Now we're getting Tangle Wired, so we have to tap 4 permanents. Tap 4 permanents, draw a Stoneforge. We're going to get Jite because we want to deal with this as soon as possible. And it's cheaper. We get Jite. So now he has 4 permanents, 4 counters. He doubles it to 7. He's going deep. Let's just say that. So we're going to let this play out. I click, but the theme is going to hold true for the next, 15 turns. He just doubling the counters on his Tangle Wire. I'm sticking it out, it's not a fun game to play. Of course. So, he's just doubling the counters on his Tangle Wire, and I just stuck it out. You know, I'm sticking it out. You know, I'm seeing what this guy's planning on. What is his plan? Does he have a Flash creature? Does he have Teferi? Does he have Seedworm used with Teferi? You know, I'm trying to do my best. I don't have a single removal spell. I don't have my Return to Dust. I don't have Disenchant in my deck. So I've never had to deal with this situation before. So I'm doing my best. So we're just tapping all of everything. Now we've got, what, 49 counters? So 49 permanents get tapped. So basically no matter what I do, I'm going to have to tap permanents. And he's also got a Reliquary Tower, so even if he doesn't miss his land drops, he's going to have to just keep all of his cards. So we draw Oblivion Ring. I can't cast that at instant speed. We have Sun Titan, which is pretty nice. So I should just discard Oblivion Ring, discard Sun Titan. But I don't have a way to reanimate them just yet. 95 counters on Tangle Wire. I just don't understand, like, what this guy is. What is his plan? Like, yeah, you can Tangle Wire the heck out of people, but, like, shouldn't you have a plan? He's screwing himself. 189 counters. Alright, well, we can't do anything. We drew our top, which should help us here. 377 counters on Tangle Wire, which is the most I've ever seen in my entire life. So you can see what's going on top. A bunch of creatures that are angels, don't do anything because we can't cast them at instant speed. So right now I'm planning on just Restoration Angel, our Solemn, because we're not going to be seeing anything with our top. So we're going to top first, and then Restoration Angel if we don't see anything. And I messed up that turn. I actually forgot to do it that turn. That was my mistake. I actually F2'd through the Tangle Wire trigger because I had I think I had auto-yielded to all the Tangle Wire things by accident. That was my fault. So we're going to blink the Solemn, get another land, and try to see what's on top. Emiria! That is what we need to win the game. We need Emiria. Because Emiria, if you don't know what Emiria does, pretty awesome. You have 7 or more planes. You may return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. And Tangle Wire can't stop that from happening. I mean, you could tap the creature itself, but we got Sun Titan, and we're going to get our Oblivion Ring into the battlefield, as well as lands and Spirit of Heliod and other things we can just dump in there. So now we've got to just let our things get discarded. I'm expecting him to cast like a big X spell, like a Court of Calling with the I don't know, Avenger of Zendikar. Like what's his, I mean, Avenger of 999. I think this might have exceeded the limits of Tangle Wire counters. Maybe it can only go to 999. That might be the limit, but you know. Why was this art printed? The original Tangle Wire is just so epic, and this one's just like a elf stuck in some. It reminds me of American Gladiators when they have to run through this like bungee cord room. That is what that reminds me of. Alright, so we're going to discard the Oblivion Ring and the Sun Titan. And we're going to return Sun Titan. And we're going to take out this Tangle Wire. I mean, we're going to give him... Hold on. Stop. I said stop. So we take out his Tangle Wire, which is his card. He's got 14 cards in hand because he has Reliquary Tower. I think there was like 5 or 6 people watching. Not even. There was like 4 other people watching the game, which is, you know, I don't know why, because I didn't actually say anything to anybody like, come watch this game, but I did not say that. He just said, why are there watchers? And I didn't say anything because I don't know why. Maybe because I'm getting Tangle Wired to 1,000 counters. And he just said thanks. Maybe someone in chat said something. I don't really know why he said that. Oh, maybe because I Oblivion Ringed his Tangle Wire, so he said thanks. Kind of a tongue-in-cheek, like, you know, comment. Oh, thinking. He's thinking now. Cast a Basalt Monolith. Alright. And I'm expecting him to do something pretty broken at this point, because he's got 14 cards in hand and a ton of mana. You know, as well as an active Vorel and a Blighted Agent. So anything could happen to me at this point. Like, literally anything. And what happens? Let's see what happens. Timer is winding down. Genesis Wave. So let's look at the Genesis Wave. A capture of Jing Zhao, a Jing Ataxia, Seaborn Muse. This was for 8, right? So he actually just forgot to click this. He forgot to click Seaborn Muse into the battlefield, which is his fall and his spell crumble. She might have discarded earlier. And he got a Gilder Barn. Excuse me with that. A ley line and a few lands. So he definitely misplayed with a Seedborn Muse going in the graveyard, but he just said misclink, well, GG. You know what? I was not happy with that because I stuck it out through, you know, 9 minutes of my own turn, so 9 minutes of his turn, so at least 20 minutes about of the game. Not a fun interaction. I actually got Armageddon earlier, and I won that game as well against a mono white deck with this deck. And the guy, I said, "Oh, fun, Armageddon!" All my things got blown up, and he had the first land drop, first like 2 or 3 land drops, and then I ended up casting a Batter Skull, and he's like, "Ah, fun," and he quit. You know, you can't win. Sometimes you just cannot. You cannot win these battles. But here we go. Emiria the Sky Ruin. I see people play this in dual to 3-color decks. Do not play this outside of monocolor. The times this gets active in a monocolor mono white deck is very rare. Let alone a deck with 2 to 3 colors. But, you know, I was very, very. I mean, I wanted to play this game out. You know, I stuck it through. I wanted to play Suntine. I didn't think the game was over. Did he really need a Seedborn Muse? I mean, Seedborn Muse would have been really awesome with the Tangle Wire, but he did not get there. Because, you know, Tangle Wire was already gone, so all the things were untapping anyway. But that's the deck. That's the fun. That's Heliod. I've been playing Heliod a bunch lately because I think Heliod is a solid deck, but it's not broken. It's not quick. Unless you get a Soul Ring start, Mana Crypt start. It doesn't have that broken level. It doesn't have that like level where you can just pretty much start out every game and just win. You actually need to have the pieces be put together. It's not a Thada Adele deck where you can just attack with Thada Adele and get someone's Soul Ring. You can't just, you know, Grand Arbiter and screw your opponent. You actually have to need, you need like, I play like Spear of Heliod and Spell Titan Forcer just to get the devotion going. But that was my game. I was pretty annoyed the guy just like left there because, you know, what can you do? Try to play it out and he doesn't want to play it out, which is not the funnest thing. He wanted to Genesis Wave me to death. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like button. Click if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, then, you know, if you don't like the video, just let me know why, and then dislike it, and I'll try to improve, because I'm always trying to make you guys happy and make the videos better. Sometimes I'm not perfect, so I'll admit it. Have a great Friday. See you next time.